Cinema Vino. It's good to have you guys here with us. After now four movies,
Sean, Todd,
we are going to crawl our way out of the dungeon. Three very bad movies.
Out of the primordial ooze of Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah. Out of the green goop of Planet Zero, we emerge. We got Travis
One
Bud.
single hand climbs out.
Mm-hmm.
Mandalorian Clawed Fist.
We got Shoujo.
Hey,
Jordan.
howdy.
And my name's Todd Wofford. And
Waff.
Yeah.
What did we find out Waff meant the other day?
It meant to herd.
A
or
yearning for genitals or something.
Yeah. Which tracks?
Yeah.
Or sniffing
Was it
genitals?
to herd or to yearn?
For genitals.
Something about like it was one of those, not necrophilia, but it was
a German word.
It's like somebody that likes to sniff, likes the aroma of genitals, something, the muskiness.
Yeah.
Along those lines.
With wafts. There you go.
Whiffs and wafts.
Whiff and waffen.
So we're drinking Primus Carmenera. This is a Chilean wine in honor of Pedro Pascal.
Which Primus, great band.
There you go. That's an actual good band name.
No, it's an actual good band name.
Hey kids, you like Primus?
Pedro Pascal is of Chilean descent. So Chilean, whichever. He is from Chile. So we're going to drink this wine. Carmenera is a nice, bold, fruity, kind of Syrah-ish wine. I'd say it's Syrah adjacent. It's got some nice, fruit forward pepper notes. So
punchy.
Yeah.
Flavorful, mellow.
This is good.
This tasty.
Yeah.
This is a good little wine.
14.5%.
And I'd say,
that's punchy for sure.
And coming into fall, we're not too far away from fall. This is a good fall weather wine. It gets a little bit of a chill in the air. This is it's got enough body to it that'll keep you warm.
Yeah, 14.5, but you don't feel the heat.
So by the time that this film comes out streaming, the weather probably a little bit cooler by then. You can enjoy it and enjoy this wine and go with it. And it'll keep you warm.
But you should go see this in theaters.
You should.
This is worthwhile.
Yeah.
We didn't pod on Superman, did we?
No.
We haven't all seen it. Okay.
No, it'll be out soon, I'm sure.
Wait, you still haven't seen it?
I have not.
You've seen it?
I have not seen it.
Fuck my jeans. Shiloh Styles. All right, cool.
Yeah. Travis Bud has great jeans. I almost choked saying this.
Actually, I don't.
I don't think I've ever seen you wear jeans.
Yeah. No, also my genetics are fucking trash.
But you're cute though.
Not a lot of Ubermensch mentality over there.
I'm passing.
No, you're well above average.
I mean, you are a B plus.
I look like a normal person.
Yeah, adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
You look adjacent to a normal person. So spoilers will abound for this movie. So just FYI. So if you haven't seen
Sean's got to go get his pussy.
Yeah, he's got to go hose down his cat. If you have not seen Fantastic Four First Steps, get to a theater and see it. Or I'm sure it'll be very soon appearing on demand. And then after that on Disney Plus.
Sorry, my cat decided to Mission Impossible crawl across my ottoman. Sideways, just walk.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, bless his heart.
And the cat's name?
Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Captain Crunch.
This was released July 25th, 2025. This is the most recent film that we have ever podcasted on. Last week was the worst film that we've ever podcasted on. So,
yikes.
Yeah.
Last week.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Dude, sweet shirt.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. This has grossed approximately $400 million against a budget of $200 million.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's only been out for
2+ weeks, 2.5 weeks.
3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This was directed by Matt Shackman, who made his name directing television episodes, including some episodes of Game of Thrones. This was written by another committee of writers. Supposedly, the original drafts of it did not meet with Marvel Feige approval, and it was sent back. Some other writers were added to it, and so you eventually ended up with a committee of writers.
I think that's okay as long as it doesn't happen during production.
Yeah.
As long as they're not rewriting and reshooting and rewriting and reshooting a bunch of stuff.
It was like the second Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire. That was written by a platoon of writers. The story goes with Spider-Man 2 that anytime a Hollywood production brings in a new writer on set, that writer's contributions are color-coded. The pages are a different color.
Right.
And then they bring in a different writer. Those pages are a different color. And so supposedly Spider-Man 2 was a rainbow by the time they finished it.
Which Spider-Man 2 is hailed as one of the best comic book
Yeah.
movies. I mean, it was a huge return.
Wait,
It's
The Doc Ock?
The Power of
Or
the
the
Sun
Amazing Spider?
in the palm of my hand.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So that was written by a large group of screenwriters, and that works. Sometimes it works. Usually that does not work, but sometimes you get lightning in a bottle. But yeah, I would say after the fantastic fuck stick of 2015, this is a nice
fan four stick.
Fan four stick.
Fan four fuck.
Fan fuck stick. Yeah, I like fan fuck stick.
This is fan fucking tastic. So unlike the other MCU flicks, I mentioned this in my review, that this is a nice break of not having to slog through multiple seasons of TV shows or having had to have seen 3 or 4 previous movies to understand what's going on.
No context to this.
Yeah, they did.
Out of the entire MCU, they said, no, don't need anything going in.
They toss you right in the pool.
Yep.
And so it's nice.
Yeah, it is.
You don't have to suffer through another goddamn origin.
God damn it, you guys didn't see Superman either. You bastards.
We'll get there.
I was going to make a thing, but you guys haven't seen it.
You're going to make a sick ref?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to drop a riff. He's going to do a lore drop.
So lore drop, a little sick ref. Your references are sick. Everyone knows.
This is a lesser version of Superman. I'll say that. It's You're thrown in the deep end and you kind of learn how to swim.
Yeah.
But then you notice the waters are very pleasant.
Mm-hmm. And it's like the what about Bob thing. It's like, I'm sailing. It's like eventually you're just doing it.
Yeah.
So, and unlike the previous Fantastic Four movies, we don't have to suffer through another hour plus of origin.
So much origin story in those movies.
Which automatically cuts out the expositional dialogue.
Yes.
Of
I think we got expositional dialogue for 5 minutes of, hey, here's what happened. That was crazy, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I love the vignette. I was upset that they weren't going to do an origin. I'm like, all right, well, how are you going to do that? They did it perfectly. Mm-hmm. I thought it was A+. Well done.
Kind of an incredible style montage of,
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm, of and this has a lot of the same aesthetics of the Fantastic, or the Incredible.
I wish we could have gotten more Elastigirl.
Well, and Incredibles is largely pulled from, it has a lot of Fantastic Four elements, and they do a lot of the same stuff.
Mm-hmm. Which is why I wish, oh my God, I forgot his name.
Pixar.
Who directed
Brad Bird.
Brad Bird.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Bird.
I wish I wanted him to direct this, but then I saw Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
And that's where that sentence ended, I guess. It's like, oh, maybe it doesn't transfer to live action, which I don't remember it being a terrible movie, but it was forgettable.
Clooney,
yeah.
Tomorrowland? Did not see it.
So this film, you can tell, makes a conscious effort they've seen the previous Fantastic Four movies.
Yes.
They make a very strong effort to deviate from those as far away as they can.
While also giving nods to some of the originals. You get Mole Man in here, which is a nod to the Roger Corman. You get cameos by all 4 Roger Corman actors. Yeah. Very brief. Very brief.
It's reverential.
Yeah. It's reverential to the first one.
Mole Man was the very first villain the Fantastic Four ever fought. And was on the cover. Well, his monster was on the cover of the first Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, because let's face it, Mole Man does not live up to today's standards of comic book villains.
Yeah. Much like at the end of Incredibles #1, you saw the Underminer come up, and that's what Incredibles, part 2 started on. Undermine, yeah,
pretty cute.
It's great. But they did a really cute way of weaving the Mole Man story into it.
The one thing I didn't like about this film, I wish he had moloids. The little short, little yellow humanoid things that were crawling all over Subterranea.
That's your one gripe about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
We needed moloids.
Yeah.
Also, we needed the Red Ghost, who John Malkovich, I guess, filmed a bunch of scenes as a... I love, actually, they had so many references to Puppet Master, Wizard, Mad Thinker, Red Ghost. I think that was it. But those were all the terrestrial villains. They're like, oh yeah, this is old hat. These villains are up to their old tricks. We're kind of watching them.
Street level bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got a more cosmic story.
But the thing I like about it is you don't have to be aware of the Easter eggs to enjoy the film.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like a lot of modern MCU movies, they lean on those Easter eggs. You can't necessarily survive plot-wise without knowing that, this comes from...
fan service level, winks and nods in the story.
Yeah. Which I think for franchises like this is the iceberg in the water, fan service. It's like you're eventually going to hit it and sink. it's like you can't avoid it. And I think that's where Marvel is right now.
Yeah.
It's rough. Star Wars hit that same thing with those sequels. They absolutely hit an iceberg with fan service.
They're getting too big for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why it's nice to have this, where you cut out a bunch of the other universe and say, okay, here you are, drop it in, see what happens.
Yeah. This film also deviates even from time and place and the overall aesthetics of the previous movies, where it's like it goes for kind of a...
We're in the Kirbyverse in the 60s, retro.
Kind of Mad Men time period.
Rose, future.
It reminds me of like the World's Fair exhibits they used to do in the 60s. Of
exactly.
Like, this is the world of tomorrow, but then it shows like 60s chic. Everything looks 60s, but it's like,
it's the Jetsons.
Yeah.
The Fantastic Car looked awesome in this.
Yeah, it did.
It was so cool.
Yeah. So
I'm pretty sure it was a Coupe de Ville.
Also, Herbie. I am pro Herbie.
The robot?
Yep.
So say we all.
A lot of people hated it. Back in the day, they did a cartoon series where Human Torch was not a member of the Fantastic Four and Herbie was. And people were like, it's so that kids won't see Human Torch and be like, I want to do that, and set themselves on fire. Apparently that was not it. They had Human Torch earmarked for a different maybe a movie or something was going to go on with the character.
Yeah. And
it just never happened.
And so I enjoyed the casting of it. I think this is a well-cast movie. Everybody was spot on. I didn't know how I'd feel about Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, but I thought he did a really good job.
Yeah.
I still would prefer Matt Smith or David Tennant.
Yeah.
But I thought he did good.
I still think he's too lovable of a character to be Reed Richards. Reed Richards needs to be a bit of a sociopath.
Yeah. And he's going to soak up a lot of the millions of dollars that go into a film because he's just
he's big budget right now. Yeah, he's in everything. He's hot right now.
I mean, it would have been too much if they had Pedro Pascal and like Sydney Sweeney as like Sue Storm. Who were like, oh God,
yeah,
like half of this, 2/3 of this budget are going to two people.
Yeah. Great genes.
So, and the only thing I really had trouble with plot wise was the fact that Sue Richards, like full term pregnant, as smart as she is, would go on an intergalactic.
I'm gonna go to space.
I'm gonna go battle a cosmic supervillain.
To be fair, she had powers, so like she kind of had her wits about her.
Yeah,
it was an exploratory mission.
But it's like, to me, they present her as like the grounded, emotional person of the team.
Yeah,
I just don't think that she would do something that reckless.
But there's in the previous Fantastic Four movie, I didn't get to mention this, but they left out Invisible Woman when they went to go do their big cowboy move and go into the negative zone. She got left out.
Planet Zero.
Yeah.
But in this, it wasn't. I think they stopped and they said, "Are you sure you want to go?" Like, I don't remember if it was even a question. I think it was just like, "Yes, of course. You're a core member. You're gonna get to go and do this thing."
I gave you a spacesuit that accommodates your shapely pregnancy.
Yeah. So that was the only thing plot wise I thought was a little bit off. My biggest beef with the film, I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed the music. I enjoyed the costumes. I enjoyed the 60s setting. The casting was great. I even don't mind the what a lot of nerd boys complained about of the female Silver Surfer, where it was like, to me, that's all that falls in line with let's try to do everything different than what came before. They're doing the George Costanza from Seinfeld. Let's try the opposite of what other people have done. So,
well, I think the 2015 was trying to do the opposite of what everyone had done, and they did it so poorly that this was almost like a reversion back to let's go back to the Roger Corman, like put him in the Fantastic Four suits, put him in like the kind of comic accurate stuff. Let's have fun and like let it be a little, comic booky.
And they made them astronauts again.
Yeah,
like the 1994 version and the 2005 version, but Fantastic Four, they continuously go into outer space.
Yeah.
And I love that they were like, oh yeah, we already did this rocket. Oh, hey, we can do this other thing and hop through this wormhole. We'll get to Galactus in no time. No worries, guys. We got this.
Didn't the 2005 try to make it the Phoenix Force that gave them their powers? Or at least...
No, it was still a cosmic storm.
I thought they called it the Phoenix Storm or something.
I zoned out during some of that. So
yeah, sure. That's fair. That's valid.
Sure.
I just thought there was some nod to... Because that is the big cosmic force in Marvel, right? Is like the Phoenix Force that kind of like flies around in space.
Yeah.
So my biggest beef with the movie overall, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10.
I agree.
Sure.
The only real check against it for me, I don't love the idea of introducing Galactus as the first villain in the story because, and it's not necessarily the character himself, but he lacks charisma. He's like this big giant space golem in the background.
He is a force.
Yeah. He reminds me a little bit of God in Monty Python movies where it's like, stop groveling. I hate that when people grovel. This big thing in the sky. It's like when you have like a world of
I hunger.
It's like you have Thanos and Loki and all these like charismatic villains. He lacks charisma. He's like this big remote monster and way up there. He stomps around like he's like
he's like gravity. He's not something to be fought. He's something that is
nature, yeah.
He is a force of nature that consumes planets on a regular basis just for funsies.
And that's right something that I think plays better on the comic page than it does in the movies because it's like he lacks the interest. He's not a compelling character in the movie. Yeah. Where it's like for example Thanos, it's like you get into his motivations.
There's no villain that you sympathize with.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like he engages you emotionally, because he's a full-fledged character and emotional player in the story. Whereas this guy, he's almost like an intergalactic locust.
That's perfect. Actually. Yeah,
that's exactly what he is.
So not my first choice for. I know you don't start with Dr. Doom, but maybe they could have found somebody else who.
No, I wanted him to straight up start with a mole man. Start with just having a bunch of giant creatures and a bunch of little moloids, and he can be the kind of behind the scenes. Let's get to know the Fantastic Four first. Let them use their powers and
I disagree. I think if they came in with this entry point of the Fantastic Four and they wanted to do the first standalone Fantastic Four movie that we've seen, you need something stronger than the mole people. You need something that is a legitimate threat to their established power.
And the Incredibles did that so smart too with was it Syndrome, where it's like again he's a relatable villain of he's this insecure comic book fan who used kind of his Reed Richards intelligence to become a supervillain. He's like, if I can't be a hero, I'm gonna be a villain. It's like, you sly dog, you caught me monologuing.
You sly dog.
That's why I don't like them using the arch enemy of the hero in the very first movie, because you're trying to establish and introduce the hero while at the same time being and this is his greatest villain. And then they're kind of competing for parts of the film.
Which would be Doom, right? Doom is...
Yeah. Doom is actually a better villain than the Fantastic Four because he transcends them. The thing about the Fantastic Four is that nobody really likes him. I mean, it's a great book, but they like the whole
Reed
crew.
Kind of a sociopath.
But they like the peripheral characters around him, like Black Panther, Silver Surfer, Galactus, Namor, Doctor Doom. Those are the big names that spun out of the Fantastic Four comics that have pushed the rest of the Marvel Universe forward. Now, they all debuted in Fantastic Four, and Fantastic Four was the first, family. But Fantastic Four, to me, is like a Hanna-Barbera Saturday morning cartoon.
But which one?
Johnny Quest or Space Ghost or whatever. It's like, hey, gang, everybody's here. Let's
go fight the mole man.
Exactly. So I think you need
their car floating.
Yeah.
I think you need just kind of the generic, okay, yeah, I'm bad guy, bad enough or something, but let's let the hero shine. And then in the sequel, you get into more meat and potatoes. Now, I'm sure they could have done somebody else other than Mole Man.
Yeah.
But that's why I never wanted Doctor Doom to be in the first Fantastic Four thing, because Galactus, should be like ants to him. He's not a fucking kaiju that gets on the ground and then decides to walk through the city. Why does this guy need to walk? And the only time they were able to ever hurt him or, jar him or whatever is because
Galactus messed up his feeding too.
Galactus was starving by the time he got to Earth and on just gas.
Yeah.
And then that's the only reason that they were able to even have a chance.
I need to eat this baby.
Yeah. Tasty.
Which is kind of Fat Bastard-esque.
Yeah. Yeah. Get in my belly. Yeah.
So Trav, what would you give it?
I think you gave it 7.
7?
Yeah, I'd give it a 7.
Yeah.
I'd pop this up to an 8. I think just within the context of where the Marvel Cinematic Universe is right now and all the other Fantastic Four movies that we just watched, this thing is a fucking home run.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect movie. Like, it's not a 10. It didn't give me any, like, emotional, like, cliffhangers. It very much was just a popcorn, like, oh, I'm glad I saw this in theaters. Like, it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's an 8. It's a well-executed, well-written, well-made movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably the best Marvel movie that they've put out in a while. And I think it's because it kind of stands alone and kind of gets rid of a bunch of the noise that the MCU brings with it.
Thank God.
Yeah. It was a refreshing break from everything else.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know. Everything else has just been very...
blah.
Yeah. Just like a slog, man. Like, you feel like you have to watch it just to, like, keep up with cultural references.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, it's rough.
So have you guys seen Thunderbolts?
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
I think it's supposed to come out streaming at the end of this month.
Yeah.
Is the plan.
Oh, I do see why they did the female Silver Surfer, because Johnny always has to fall in love with somebody, like
some sort of dangerous love interest.
They did it like in the comics. It was Frankie Ray, who was Johnny's girlfriend for a little while, and then all of a sudden they discovered, like, what? Somehow she has powers. This is weird. And then Galactus came and did not have Silver Surfer, and was looking for a new Herald, and then found her, and she already had powers. So he was like, "Oh, I don't have to give you as much power, Cosmic, because you've already got something there. I don't have to ignite the spark. I just have to fan the flame of your powers." And so he, juiced her up and then made her his Herald Nova, and left with Galactus. And Johnny was like, "No, I was in love with her. And she's gone into outer space."
Nova, like Supernova, the character who wears the helmet and flies around.
No, this was Frankie Ray as Nova, Herald of Galactus.
Interesting. Well, and the Eternals kind of tried to get to Celestials, right? The whole thing with like Earth was like an egg that was supposed to hatch a Celestial based off
of
life force.
Galactus.
It looked like Galactus, and it was like a bunch of like the other Celestials were like a council that were watching over and sent the Eternals in the first place. I assumed that's how they were going to tie in Galactus with that other universe.
I forgot about that movie.
Exactly. Well, and then you with the other Captain America movie, the latest one, Captain America, Falcon and Winter.
Yeah. New World Order.
New World Order.
Yeah.
Sure. Whatever. They kind of bring that back into the loop because the whole MacGuffin that all the countries are fighting over is the hand.
Oh,
and who owns the mineral rights to the hand?
Wallet.
No, well, it's not even spoilers. It's like the whole like point of the movie is the different countries are trying to fight over mineral rights for this thing because adamantium is what they find on the hand. And so the whole drama of that movie is like, oh, the president is trying to negotiate all these political minefields of, Japan wants rights and India wants rights. And it's like, okay, we're back to Kevin Spacey wanting mineral rights of the Kryptonite. Yeah. Sorry to bring that one back, but I thought that's how they were going to fold in Galactus and do something with. Okay, the Celestials have now targeted Earth because that mission failed or whatever. So now they're going to send Galactus, and we'll do something that way. No. But that's a different universe. So.
At one point in the comics, and this goes back to the Josh Trank, Reed Richards has discovered the negative zone, which is another universe, just
Annihilus is the big bad there.
And Annihilus is the big bad there, which is, if there are 3 top big bads of the Fantastic Four, it is Galactus, Doctor Doom, and Annihilus. Yeah, it seems like in the comics, they dropped off Galactus into the negative zone at one point. They're like, oh God, he's coming to Earth. What if we, hey, now you're in another universe. Portal. Now you can go eat this universe where Annihilus is just an asshole and there's nobody cool there. Or at least that was a stopgap or a countermeasure, which makes me think they're like, hey, we're opening up this black hole and we're going to put him into this spot.
We're going to kick him through this
I'm guessing it's going to be the negative zone.
Right.
They put him in.
Yeah.
Because that Silver Surfer is going to somehow come back. Or they're going to recast and have Norrin Rad.
We get Norrin Rad because this was Shalabal.
Mm-hmm. And yes. Galactus, perfectly cast. Like that, the voice, abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, Galactus should be sitting up in his ship, arms behind his back and then just kind of surveying over. And then if they should be flying up to try and even get to him to stop him from doing stuff.
Yeah. They weirdly tried to like parlay with him and they're like, oh, we'll trap him with our giant mouse trap.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's nice that they kind of kicked the can on him. They didn't kill him. They just sort of got rid of him for a while.
I believe the term is they yeeted him.
They yeeted him.
Battlefield removal.
They yeeted him into another universe, and he will surely come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, it'll be a while.
Yeah.
Oh, another group that I forgot to mention, the Inhumans. Black Bolt, Medusa, Gorgon, Crystal, Karnak, Lockjaw. Karnak.
Yeah.
All that.
What was the context of those?
Yeah.
The Inhumans, they are like another one of like Silver Surfer, Black Panther, the popular characters from that came out.
Okay.
But then they tried to make a TV show of the Inhumans, and that did not go so well.
Yeah, that was stank.
Came out around the same time as Shield.
Was that Fox or was that Disney?
I think so. I watched the first episode,
Fox show,
and I think that was it for me.
Yeah, I just finished Ironheart. Woof.
I only watched the last episode.
But it's kind of like how Happy Days inspired Mork and Mindy.
Yeah.
Joni Loves Chachi.
Oh, Joni does love Chachi.
Yeah. There were quite a few spinoffs that came out of like Happy Days kind of inspired and like all in the Family. You got the Jeffersons. You got, Give Me a Break? Sanford and Son, I think. There's a bunch of shows that came out of All in the Family.
The Happy Days cinematic universe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And literally, Happy Days is where the term jumping the shark came from.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because Fonzie jumps the shark.
Yeah, literally, in a leather jacket.
Yeah.
Surfing.
Hell yeah. No, it was water skiing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he water skied over a shark fin.
Good. This is a good movie. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's not perfect, but it's fun.
Imagine this is a diet version of Superman.
Yeah.
Superman is much the same, but just got more pep, more heart.
By the time this airs, I will have seen Superman. So, but yeah, we got Primus Carmenera, 2022, Chilean Red.
Chilean.
Lovely.
In honor of Pedro Pascal and his country of origin.
He is in fucking everything this year.
Yeah, he is.
Everything.
I love the guy. Dare I say a tad too much? He's in every nerd property, basically. You get him in Star Trek and he's officially run the table.
Was he in Star Wars?
Played the shark.
Mandalorians.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, they had dirt jaws, basically, on there.
Oh, yeah. You mean Tremors?
No, and Mandalorian, they had a big ass
space graboids. Yeah.
Now that's a band name, Space Graboids.
Yeah.
Woo.
Play that video game.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's a psychedelic funk band if I ever heard of it.
Yeah. And I mean, think about it. The Graboids would be a great Fantastic Four villain to fight against.
That's a couple of Mole Man has a whole chariot full of graboids.
Mm-hmm.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, I think
Behold my graboid. Also, good casting on that.
Yeah, he was good.
Casting
he made a good Mole Man.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Danny DeVito would have been perfect.
Oh, Danny DeVito is perfect in everything. Yeah. First of all, jot that down.
Yeah. He really is. He doesn't give a bad
He doesn't miss.
Yeah.
He does not miss.
But yeah, this has been another episode of Cinemavina. We got Shoujo.
Hey.
Got Trash Bud.
I'm just upset they didn't cast Danny DeVito now as Mole Man.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, bye.
But we will see you guys next time. We'll be off after this episode. Then
we'll beat off.
Yeah. Then we'll figure it out from there. So.
Then things are gonna get steamy.
Great movies, only drunk or like sauna steamy.
Like sauna.
All
right. Love you.